And just days before the unprecedented second impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump, there is new video emerging tonight from moments after the attack on the U.S. Capitol. And it underscores how some of the rioters were taking their cues directly from Trump. We have to warn you that what you're about to watch contains strong language.
How did you get out?
I got what?
How did you get out?
The Senate?
Yeah.
The cops walked out with me.
They just let you go?
Yeah.
And what's your message to everybody now? Like, what are you yelling at?
Oh, Donald Trump asked everybody to go home. He just put out a tweet. It's a minute long. He asked everybody to go home.
Why do you think so?
Because, dude, we won the fucking day. We fucking won.
How did we win?
Well, we won by sending a message to the senators and the congressmen.
Yeah,
we won by sending a message to Pence, okay, that if they don't do as their oath to do, if they don't uphold the Constitution, then we will remove them from office one way or another.
This guy is recording you. He's not on our side.
Yeah,
That's fine. I don't care.
I thought you assumed that.
I'm fine with being
Okay,
recorded.
cool. Anything else?
All I can say is we won the fucking day. Donald Trump is still our president.
I do have one more question. There's a lot of people that doubt that you were just able to just go in there and come out. Like, what do you have to say to them that doubt that you just walked out?
Well, a lot of people doubted a lot of prophets, saints, and sages. A lot of people doubted Christ, you know?
So that was Jacob Chansley, the so-called QAnon shaman, after leaving the Capitol. Here's his mugshot. He was put behind bars and he was recently switched jails so that he could eat organic food. Chansley's lawyer has argued that his client was following Trump's invitation to march to the Capitol. CNN's Donnie O'Sullivan joins me with more. So, Donnie, where did this video come from?
Hey Pam, yeah, this video was actually posted to Parler, which is that social media platform which touted free speech, which saw a lot of hate and a lot of election misinformation. Of course, the platform is temporarily shut down. It's not able to get online. But on the day of the insurrection, many of the people who were in Washington that day, the Trump protesters, people who went on to become part of the insurrection mob, they were posting videos on Parler. Now, before Parler got taken offline, a computer programmer was able to download all of those videos publicly. There are thousands of them, and this is just one of these. Organizations like ProPublica have documented hundreds of these videos, but there are thousands of them out there, and very likely, you know, investigators as part of both the FBI investigation into this and those on Capitol Hill are probably combing through those videos.
And the CNN camera captured footage of Chansley outside Trump's rally in Dalton, Georgia, 48 hours before the insurrection. What did you learn from that?
Yeah, that's right. So this is really where this sort of fits into the bigger picture here, right? I was actually attending QAnon events and Trump rallies all along in the weeks leading up to the eventual insurrection. And I saw Chansley, the QAnon shaman, the guy you saw in that video there, I saw him at a QAnon convention in Arizona just 2 weeks before the election. And that actually was also 2 nights after Trump refused to condemn. In fact, he praised QAnon followers in an NBC town hall with Savannah Guthrie, and in that room, Chansley was as part of that conference. They cheered that, and then we were in Dalton, Georgia, 48 hours before the insurrection, of course, on the eve of the Senate runoff elections, and we also saw Chansley outside of the Trump rally. So you could see there, and you can see from this video, of course, that this was clearly a man who was, you know, idolized Trump and was taking his cues from Trump. And that is, of course, now what he is trying to argue in at least his public defense.
Taking his cues from Trump. So I want to go back to this QAnon conference that you were in Arizona. We have this video of you sitting there. Tell us a little bit more about that. How did you get into this? Did they know you were there as a CNN reporter? How did it all come together?
Yeah, this was an event. It was actually officially closed to media, but anybody was able to attend. So I went along. They didn't realize that they had a sort of CNN reporter in their midst. I was one of the very few people in there wearing a mask. And, you know, just to, I guess, sort of put this in perspective, because, you know, this was clearly a movement that was organized. It was organized enough to have probably about 100 people show up to this event in a conference room in Arizona 2 weeks before the election. And people there were convinced that Trump was going to win. They said if Trump doesn't win in a landslide, it's absolute proof of fraud.